Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first edition of Conversations in Commerce. So today we're going to be focused on beauty retail trends in 2024. And we have three powerhouses in the space who've graciously offered to share their expertise with us. Specifically, although not to pigeonhole them, but primarily around customer engagement and CX strategy when it comes to all things beauty retail. So before diving in and introing them, as I mentioned, this is the first part of a three-part series. We have another one in mid-June, and then another in early July, focused on clienteling and differentiating sales from support, respectively. Um, so in terms of who we are here at Salesfloor, for those who may not know, we're a customer engagement platform that's really designed to get you more of what we're having today, which is customer conversations. So we do that through virtual selling, clienteling, and conversational AI. And we'll have a little bit more of information of that at the end of the webinar. As our director of retail strategy, I get to partner with wonderful customers like Lindsay, Kara, and Madeline on their journeys to elevate the customer experience. So let's dive right in and get started. I know we have a lot to cover. So first, I'd love to intro each panelist. So starting with someone that lives closest to me, I'm based in Toronto. We have Lindsay White, Director of Cosmetic Operations at Shoppers Drug Mart. So I know we have a lot of global folks on the call today. So Shoppers Drug Mart is Canada's leading pharmacy retailer. And Lindsay has a wealth of experience running cosmetic operations. And really go to her if you have anything beauty related, but particularly the intersections of beauty and operations. I mean, she successfully spearheaded tons of initiatives during COVID. So, you know, she really knows her stuff. Then we have Madeline Thies from Credo Beauty. So she is a major player Credo is a major player in the clean beauty space. And Madeline takes her passion as a former head of shops and someone really passionate about customer experience and sales associate experience to build meaningful and memorable experiences for her customers at Credo. So welcome, Madeline. And then last but certainly not least, we have Kara Campbell, Director of Technical Strategy at Amika. So Amika is a salon-raised hair care brand that's been rapidly expanding around the globe and developing a very strong, innovative presence. And Kara is just the right person for that job. She is passionate about leveraging technology to enhance consumer engagement, streamline user experiences, and drive growth. So we have three, again, fantastic people, all with different areas of focus in beauty. So now I'd love to get started. So our first question, just I'm sure what's top of mind for everyone. One of the challenges beauty retailers and the beauty industry is facing in 2024 is how to not only meet but exceed changing customer expectations, right? If Netflix taught us anything other than how to waste a night or love a night, whatever. If it taught us anything, it's the Netflixization of customer experience, right? People want things, they want it now, and they want it in a very changing, engaging way. So Lindsay, I'd like to start with you. I know that you have at Shoppers a fantastic clienteling program, and it's designed to keep customers happy and engaged. Would you mind walking through how you do that?
Absolutely. And your intro was absolutely great to segue into why our customer service clienteling tool is so important for us. As the retail landscape is constantly changing, we need to really connect with our customers, not only in store, but online as well. And they're seeking knowledge and they're seeking newness and innovation. But we also realize our customers still want that personal connection. And we really want to be able to achieve that not only in person, but on that online experience as well. So really connecting with your customer, they're looking for something, we're able to answer them and explore what they're looking for, send them product links and recommendations. So that really does create that interaction that a customer would come to expect to receive when they're in person as well. The other great thing about it is it allows us to keep connected. So when the customer isn't in the store and is online, we can continue to connect with them to ensure that they remain loyal. We remain relevant with them. And we can showcase our knowledge and stay connected and ensure that they are getting their on-demand products and all of the information that they need.
Amazing. So this makes me think of, Madeline. I know one of the kind of big, sources of innovation from my standpoint anyway, from Credo is exactly kind of what Lindsay was mentioned about the importance of those connections. I know you have what you call the clean beauty kind of expert and the clean beauty program. Would you mind walking me through that? Because I think there's again a lot of synergies with what Lindsay was talking about.
Yeah, wonderful. Of course. So, our clean beauty experts, or we call them our CBEs, are an intricate part of what makes Credo so successful. They are diverse and talented and passionate, almost a mirror reflection of who our customer base is. In addition, they're licensed estheticians, cosmetologists, professional makeup artists, and hairstylists. At Credo, we then combine their aptitude with a robust and impact-friendly loyalty program, one-on-one hour-long services that you can book, ranging from clean beauty swaps, so taking non-clean beauty, either makeup or skincare, and finding a dupe or a like at Credo, or mini facials. We also have a curated and vetted product selection filled with exclusives. And then finally, unique events or promotions that are designed with client engagement and mission as top of mind. All of this is wrapped in spaces that allow you to discover. So for Credo, loyalty would be equal parts building trust and excitement.
Amazing. And so on this note, and I will ask both of you this, so especially when it comes to, balancing loyalty and excitement and other factors, Kara, I know Amika, as I mentioned, has really been expanding globally. How do you find these factors vary by geography, or do they?
Yeah, absolutely. So specifically, our team runs lovamika.com and lovamika.ca, and between the two geographies, we do see some natural variation. One is lovamika.com has been running for a lot longer than lovamika.ca has been, and Amika was Brooklyn-born, salon-raised, right? So we expanded through the U.S. and have started to expand internationally and globally in the past 5 years. So there are some natural variations. For example, in lovamika.ca, what we see is a lower percentage of repeat customer rates because we have so many new customers coming to the site year over year. But for some of our main activations and things that we see that are important to both customer groups and as we continue to expand globally is one, our sustainability story and our clean beauty story. Amika is also proudly a B Corp certified organization. We never test on animals, completely cruelty free, and we do a lot. There's a lot of synergies between us and Credo for sure. But what we see in the US versus Canada, by percentage, nearly twice as many Canadians shop and browse on desktop than in the US, which is interesting for sure. And then TikTok reigns supreme in the US versus Facebook reigns supreme in Canada when it comes to where our customers are coming from in the social sphere. So yes, there are certainly synergies and commonalities that we're seeing across the board, and then also differences.
Wow,
Yes,
that
and
is so
also important to note
fascinating.
is we have a loyalty program in the US, but not currently yet in Canada, but stay tuned for that.
Oh my gosh, I could pick your brain for forever about those differences. My A, I'm a sociologist, but B, my last role was at user testing, and so the whole desktop mobile experience, and Canadians doing more of the desktop. There's so many interesting hypotheses coming to my mind. But I'd love Lindsay. Maybe I know again, shoppers is so major across Canada. When it comes to engagement and personalization and things like that, what do you see, province to province, or even east west? Kind of the four of us were talking. I'd love to just hear your thoughts and how that's impacted your strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Having Shoppers Drug Mart and Pharmaprix as a national drugstore, um, and really the base of beauty is customer service and adding value. And from province to province, and with our CRM system, we're really able to tailor and customize how we interact with our customers. We really focus in on our beauty specialists, our team members. It's like going to meet your hometown beauty expert. And they can stay connected with their customers, and customers trust them. And so, having the unique ability to have someone within your neighborhood as your trusted go-to, it really allows us to tailor that experience. I think also what's very unique about our business is our amazing loyalty program. Um, we are able to personalize our offers with our customers, and we can see different patterns based on province to province on virality for product, let's say, or different demographics. So this really allows us to continue to be relevant with them. And as well, I think product knowledge is really key. So staying on top of product knowledge with our beauty specialists, ensuring that they have all of the ability and tools that they need to really service their clients from province to province is really unique. And our vendor partnerships really allow us to do this as well in a very meaningful way, where we do very virtual training or in-person training, smaller cluster trainings region by region. So I think that really helps to not only arm our teams with the knowledge they need to service the customers and add value, it really does help overall create that loyalty for our customers and keeps our team members pretty excited as well and passionate about beauty and their hometown and whatever's happening within their area. So hopefully that
Amazing.
answers your question.
Oh, it does, and I have a follow-up for you. But again, apologies to the audience. If you have any questions, feel free to write those in the chat. I failed to mention that at the beginning, but our panelists are here to answer your questions as well. One note on that, I love how you mentioned, Lindsay, that the beauty specialists themselves have really been responding to this. Would you not to just curious, kind of before localizing the experience in this way and after. Have you noticed any difference in kind of the way beauty specialists interact with people in the store, or because it seems like they're really enjoying it?
Absolutely. I really feel that this arms them with the ability to stay connected and be their own little mini influencer for their customers. Creating lookbooks, product links, and recommendations. And we really empower our beauty specialists with storefronts. So it's their own unique storefront. When a customer visits it, they get to know them a bit better. They're able to edit their bio, tell them something about what makes them an expert, and add product recommendations, what's trending, what they love. So I think it really does empower them to, like I mentioned, be their own kind of little influencers and connect with their customers.
Oh, that's great to hear. And Madeline, you're going to get the double question of the region, but also because I believe Credo, your specialists love to, your clean beauty experts use storefronts as well. So yeah, I guess in terms of regional differences, though, first, did you notice kind of anything kind of across the states?
I mean, it's very interesting, the landscape for the past 3 and 4 years since the pandemic in the United States, because where we have our store locations, we have 15 locations, and they're primarily in big hub cities. So Chicago has 2 markets, Boston has 2 markets, New York has 3, LA has 4. I think for Americans, they are moving all over the United States. They're not just coming to those big cities. And we saw, a mass amount of people leave those big cities and have since returned. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily geography as much as it is how you shop. Our desktop shoppers used to be core and key, and now it's all about your mobile device. and especially with different generations, the Gen Z shopper, like Kara mentioned, TikTok, Instagram, Meta, all of those. You could be traveling on the subway and purchase a few Credo Beauty products, as well as connect with a clean beauty expert via live chat from Salesfloor. And then you can, get off the train and walk into a Credo. So I don't see it necessarily as geography. There's different products for different, environments, but I see it more as a turning into just shopping on the go, so to speak.
And then I know in terms of kind of arming the experts in that way. Could you kind of walk us through kind of how you do that? I know storefronts were part of your strategy there.
Yeah, I mean, we have a wonderful account executive at Salesfloor that has kind of walked us through when we launched Salesfloor about a little over 2 years ago. We, again, with the pandemic, we didn't launch clienteling in stores. And we launched it with our clean beauty experts online. So we have a team of about 20 virtual estheticians, makeup artists. For those people that can't visit a store, they still get that same experience. We are about to launch in the next month clienteling in all of our locations. So it will be really amazing to see the interactions that Lindsay's had with storefronts as they're being used right now by our virtual assistants. I think it just empowers them to be their own store within a store. I think it brings them excitement to their job, that also to their clients, just a way that you can connect from products. We all love products. We're in the beauty industry. That's why we're here. And we have newness all the time. I think that's one of the greatest things about the beauty industry is there's always something new on the horizon. So I'm excited to see what is going to happen once we have kind of the full effect of Salesfloor. But as it stands right now, I mean, we through lookbooks, through storefronts, through our virtual assistants, it's been such a game changer for us.
Oh, that's great. No, and it really, it always warms me when I hear the stories of people kind of getting passionate about curating their storefronts and lookbooks, which are really, their digital homes. And it sounds, again, like both of you, and then Lindsay paired with the clienteling, are really empowering people to connect in a very, very human way, which, again, is one of the major trends across all retail, but particularly in beauty, when people are making these very personal product decisions, and they want to know that's coming from someone that's actually, A, an expert, but B, cares about them. So it's another kind of way of showing empathy.
Yeah, and Lawrence,
And
if I
so,
could add one more thing that
yeah.
I think is really important, based off what Madeline said as well, is you have the ability as well to connect with customers that you might not have something physically in store. So you might be in love with a product line like NARS and not carry it in store, but it's available online and you can make your recommendations and please your customers. So I think that from your question, region to region, province to province, and selection, availability, and distribution, that's really a key element to personalization.
But that's great. Yeah, it's really, really widening the net, and again, letting them make the best, truly the best recommendation. Even if they don't have it in stock, they can again utilize the networks that way. Oh, that's great. And so now, okay, not to detour, but it's 2024. We obviously have to talk about AI, right? So, Kara, I know Amika has been doing really, really innovative, like market-leading stuff with virtual hair care consultations, like that blow my mind, honestly. Can you take us through kind of how you do that and kind of what prompted you to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's interesting actually because our AI hair care advisor has been live on lovamika.com since early 2020. It actually predates the pandemic, but what we saw right away in the first few months, so I'll take a step back and explain what it is. Essentially, across the website, so both on now.com and .ca, you can interact with an AI hair care advisor. So a customer can share their hair care concerns and goals, and then ACE, the virtual hair care advisor, will make recommendations as well as personalize the entire site after that. So for example, if you tell ACE that you have 3A hair and you are concerned about frizz, you talk a bit about that. Afterwards, when ACE recommends your products and you continue to shop through the site, you'll receive badging for products that are right for you based on that. And the intention here is personalization at scale for anyone wherever they shop. Because when you think about if you are sitting in with your stylist in the chair, they're looking at your hair and they're talking to you about what your goals are and they're recommending you products, you get the same experience or a very similar experience if you go into Sephora. So really trying to emulate that on .com. So basically that is the experience, and that's why we got into the AI hair care world, was because we want to create that personalization at scale.
That's fascinating because, I think like just as a layperson, you would think like that would be something so difficult to do, A, online, and B, at scale in that way. So kind of how have customers been responding to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So customers actually, the interaction with ACE is one of the top retention drivers that we see for our customers, one of the highest indications that a customer will come back and purchase and bring their friends, because it eliminates a barrier to entry when you're receiving that recommendation. You believe that this shampoo or this conditioner can actually benefit you. And so there's less of that trial as you're trying to find the right products for you, which is also important because we're a professional hair care brand. So we want to be cognizant of that fact as well, of that barrier. So it's helping add some confidence to a customer's purchase before they're actually making that purchase to remove that barrier. But what was I going to say? I had a note. On our product detail pages, we also have an indication point for, is this product right for me? So you can answer some questions and see like, yes, this product is right for you, or actually you should try this other product instead. So
That's so. I guess they really feel a sense like they're getting the knowledge to make an informed decision at their fingertips. So it's not like, oh, do I maybe buy this and then it's not right and I return it. So I would just assume, yeah, that's why it's such a strong indicator.
Absolutely. And we really see and hear positive feedback as well. Over 15% of ACE users provide their email address to ACE, as well as over 90% of them have a positive CSAT score for their recommendations from ACE as well. We also get great feedback to our customer service agents about ACE too. So yeah.
That's fantastic. And so I know we're running. I have some questions from the audience, but I wanted to open it to Lindsay and Madeline just on this question of AI, right? I know I'm sure shoppers in Credo are doing different things, but I've just from each of you, are there any aspects of AI that really excite you as it comes to beauty and skincare more broadly?
I guess I could start. I think for us, what's really exciting is really interacting with the customer and sending them based on their questions or their needs to the right person to really create that customer service interaction, and increasing that conversation so they can get right to the person that they need to talk to, and find what they're looking for. And then alternatively, I think it's really growing in the space of consultations and recommendations, and similar to what Kara was saying, finding that right product for the individual based on whatever info is fed. It could be very trustworthy, and then you can talk even closer with your beauty specialist to get even further recommendations that would be specific to a customer. So I think those are the two main areas that are exciting for us.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And Madeline? Sorry.
Yeah. AI, it's such the broadest term, and it can mean so many different things to different companies. For us, our clients are very specific about the ingredients. We have full transparency with our ingredients, fragrance transparency, and as well as, what is this product made of? What percent PCR is the pump? So AI is, I see it as just this incredible database for our clean beauty experts to quickly scan all the information that's on our site. We have over 100 different brands and thousands of SKUs. So a clean beauty expert is incredibly knowledgeable in all of those. But if a customer walks in and they want a specific product that is soy-free, that is housed in glass, or that is a certain percentage PCR, I see AI as being their tool belt, as something that they can plug in and say, okay, this is where I need to get. Send me all the products that are listing of these qualities. We also, we just revamped our website. It's a beautiful new website and experience. And with that, we wanted the site to be a different experience for each person. So instead of just showing all the products we have, we kind of tailor it to and use a bit of AI to say, okay, if you are naturally looking at True Botanicals, here are the new launches from True Botanicals. And each part of it, the more you interact with the website, obviously, as we know, that's how AI learns, the more tailored an experience you get. So that's kind of, I mean, the future is so open with AI. I mean, we had this conversation a year from now. We might be saying completely different things, but for now, I think I see it as an assistant to the clean beauty experts.
No, that's fantastic. And again, I think much like what Kara was saying, it's just making the right information or information to make an informed decision easily accessible to people, just so they make the right choice. And again, for brands that are so amazing at offering transparency in products, it's getting that transparency to someone in a way that isn't overwhelming, right? So amazing. So I know we just have a couple minutes left, and we do have some questions from the audience. So I was just going to pick two, and then I need to save a minute for myself just at the very end. So this is for the group. What advice would you give someone just starting to deep dive on their org CX strategy? Where should they start? So should it be, where in the customer journey kind of would you start?
Yeah, so I can start with this question. Typically, where I will start is by understanding and digging into customer profiles, and then having user stories based on those customer profiles. Because when you base experiences based on actual people and give them names and understand who they are, that's who we're building our experiences for. It's actual people, not a group of women 25 to 35 who live in an urban area, right? So that's where I typically start when I'm starting on an SCX strategy.
Thank you.
I would have to agree. I think understanding a profile, shopping patterns, different products that fall under different categories would be really important. From like Madeline's clients, people are looking for clean beauty. You would definitely target servicing them in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, both amazing answers, and I echo those. For Credo, I think it's equal parts understanding your customer and equal parts kind of thinking ahead of your customer of what they might like or what they might want or where they're leaning. And then definitely listening to any pain points you might have with your customers. Any issues, if you have shipping that's too high for a customer, or if you have a hard to navigate checkout system, those are easy fixes that you can make the experience much more seamless for the customer, and always having them as we wouldn't be here without customers. So like Kara and Lindsay said, building your business off of real people, and instead of like what you want it to be is incredibly valuable.
Amazing.
And if I
And
could add one
final,
more thing, because
oh,
you both inspire
absolutely.
me. And also I think it is about the service you're offering. So ensuring that your team members, can provide that great customer service, ongoing product knowledge, and ongoing training around empathy and inclusion is really, really important.
Mhm.
Amazing. And so final question, again, I know we're a little bit, we're right at the half hour mark. I personally feel very inspired after this conversation. So I really like this question. What would you say is the biggest opportunity? So we often talk about challenges, but what do you think the biggest opportunity for beauty retail in 2024 is?
Mhm.
Good
I
question.
mean, I'll go. I think the beauty industry can continue to be much more transparent, to be much more focused on the supply chain, the sourcing of ingredients, how we're impacting the environment. It can be an extremely wasteful community. So everybody working together to definitely bring to light, especially here in the States, working with our government to um, create a safer beauty community.
Yeah, I think that's really good, Madeline. I totally agree. Thinking of packaging and thinking long term, accessibility and all of that. And I think back to inclusion, having a product and everybody in mind is really, really important.
I absolutely agree with both of you. And just piggybacking on that topic, we have strived as a brand to create hair care for all, as it is critically important. We're also supporters of the Crown Act in the United States, because it's also just hair means so much to everyone, and we deserve to be protected in that and that expression of self. So I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Well, thank you. I want to thank each of you personally again for joining us today. We greatly appreciated you sharing your amazing nuggets of again. I leave feeling inspired. In the GoToWebinar interface, if you go to the materials tab, you'll see that we have a longer form handout of this for all of you, and we will send you the recording as well. If you have any other questions or comments, you can contact me at lawrence.williams@salesfloor.net. And again, please, we're excited for we'll have another series of panelists joining us on June 18th to discuss clienteling, and then July 9th. Wanted to give people a little bit of breather after Canada Day and the Independence Day. So then we'll have sales versus support on July 9th. But just wanted to say thank you once again, and I'll see you next time. And thanks again, Lindsay, Kara, and Madeline. This was fantastic.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Great to be on a panel with these wonderful ladies.
Yeah, right back at you. Everybody. Bye bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.